Artificial intelligence has advanced dramatically as a field of study since the early days of slow and cumbersome computers. It can now be regarded as a mature discipline. Unsurprisingly, many authors have aspired to produce the standard textbook on the subject. Here, we review a worthy contender for that title whose second edition has just been published.
Your thesis must be formatted and bound correctly before submission for assessment, and this guidance document specifies how this should be done. It is extremely important that these stipulations are accurately followed. Failure to do so will result in the thesis being returned to you for amendment. You will only be eligible to graduate once these conditions are met.
Environmental education is a learning process that increases people's knowledge and awareness about the environment and associated challenges, develops the necessary skills and expertise to address the challenges, and fosters attitudes, motivations, and commitments to make informed decisions and take responsible action.
Education in the UK is heavily infused with liberal ideas of freedom of thought and personal responsibility. Students are regularly invited to reflect on how their behaviour affects the world around them. The curriculum references not only British culture but also many other cultures from around the world.
Effective communication happens when a complete message is sent and fully received and understood by an audience. Good communication is about getting the right message to the right person in the right medium at the right time. Depending on the nature of the message and audience, the audience may then have the opportunity to engage in a productive discussion of the message.
Selecting the right degree is an important decision, and it's natural to consider how particular subjects affect future career opportunities. While business courses are obviously popular choices, creative subjects like literature or philosophy can be just as useful. Such courses encourage creative thinking skills, and companies value employees who can solve problems by looking at issues from different sides.
People who feel they sleep perfectly well may still be troubled by excessive daytime sleepiness because of a variety of underlying medical illnesses. A sleep disturbance may be a symptom of a health issue or an adverse effect of therapy to treat the problem. The stress of chronic illness can also cause insomnia and daytime drowsiness.
Legal writing is usually less discursive than writing in other humanities subjects, and precision is more important than variety. Sentence structure should not be too complex, it is usually unnecessary to make extensive use of adjectives or adverbs, and consistency of terms is often required.
The worldwide effort to cut global carbon emissions is gaining momentum, infiltrating all aspects of industry, including the growth in electric cars and environmental goods and services. This move towards building more sustainable economies encourages investment and creates job opportunities. As a result, many countries have crossed the threshold into a new industrial era.
The preparation of abstracts is an intellectual effort, requiring general familiarity with the subject. To bring out the salient points of an author's argument calls for skill and experience. Consequently, a considerable amount of qualified manpower that could be used to advantage in other ways must be diverted to the task of facilitating access to information.
It seems that language appeared from nowhere since no other species has anything resembling human language. However, other animals do possess basic systems for perceiving and producing sounds that enable them to communicate. These systems may have been in place before the appearance of language.
For any marketing course that requires the development of marketing plans, such as marketing management, marketing strategy, and segmentation support marketing, this is the only planning handbook that guides students through the step-by-step creation of customized marketing plan, while offering commercial software to aid in the process.
New research shows that during the global financial crisis, workers who stayed in jobs did not reduce their working hours, despite the claims that cuts in hours have led to job losses. A study found that the life of people who stayed with the same employer remained relatively unchanged.
There is a long history of diseases that have spread from great apes to humans, including some of the most aggressive infectious diseases to emerge in recent decades. But the transmission, as it turns out, isn't one-sided. Humans can also harm the great apes as they share so many genetic and physiological properties with us.
Even with good inventory management software, you still need to actually count your inventory to make sure what you have in stock matches what you think you have. Businesses use different techniques, including an annual physical inventory that counts every single item and ongoing spot checking.
There are lots of different ways you could conduct market research and collect customer data, but you don't have to limit yourself to just one research method. 4 common types of market research techniques include surveys, interviews, focus groups, and customer observation. Which method you use may vary based on your business type.
Cancer cells are cells that divide relentlessly, forming solid tumors or flooding the blood with abnormal cells. Cell division is a normal process used by the body for growth and repair. A parent cell divides to form two daughter cells, which are used to build new tissues or to replace cells that have died because of aging or damage.
Spending time in nature can improve physical and mental health. An activity known as the forest bath takes this belief one step further. The basic idea is that, to get the maximum benefit from nature, it's important to focus on the smells, sounds, and general feel of the environment. Therefore, forest baths involve far more than a simple walk outside.
A research study has concluded that physiological measurements taken from wearable device sensors might actually be able to indicate abnormal fluctuations relating to infections. It is also thought that this continuous surveillance of an individual's health may aid the prevention and containment of strains of influenza.
Statistics is the practice of collecting and analyzing data. It involves taking a sample from a small fraction of a wider population. The information gained from the sample allows conclusions to be drawn about the population as a whole without having to gather data on a larger scale.
Building the emotional strength and independence of learners is believed to be as important as the knowledge gained in traditional lessons. While not wanting to create an additional subject on the curriculum, teachers are considering how to enable students to develop teamwork and leadership skills. Activities outside the classroom are thought to be essential to achieving this aim.
This research study investigates the effects of different types of music on wild monkeys. The aim of the study is to examine changes in monkey behavior when exposed to music, particularly in terms of social interaction levels. This paper reports several findings and identifies potential applications for the animal conservation sector.
It makes sense for experts in a subject to work together in the same place. Universities are therefore organized into various departments. However, global problems are often extremely complicated, and specialists from different areas should work together to solve them. In this article, it is argued that economists and scientists benefit if they combine their skills on shared research projects.
Proponents of hypnosis promote it as being a heightened state of consciousness in which the subject is more susceptible to suggestions. This mental state may enable the subject to more effectively work through something that is holding them back. Whether or not it actually works is a topic that is hotly debated.
The amount of data being digitally collected and stored is vast and expanding rapidly. As a result, the science of data management and analysis is also advancing to enable organizations to convert this vast resource into information and knowledge that helps them achieve their objectives. Computer scientists have invented the term big data to describe this evolving technology.